What up? Another Play and Explain. Playing some 100 NL on Global Poker. So, going to be looking for some spots that are interesting, hopefully. And we can, I can go over my thought process and you guys can give me some feedback or criticism, whatever you want. Here, I think I'd prefer to play 3-better fold at this rig structure. I mean, you don't have to, but I think I prefer to, and I also don't really have a read on this player, so I'm going to lean towards fold, even though this would definitely do quite a bit of flatting versus hijack. Been playing on the site a little bit. I haven't gotten in a ton of volume on the old ACR, but I will be going back to that site at some point, likely pretty soon. So here I don't have a lot of reads on any of these players. Like, I just started playing 100 NL on this side. When I played on this site before, I was playing primarily 200, but I've only been able to get $1,000 on this site. So, there's I didn't really want to risk only being able to get that amount of money and then blowing through it, losing a couple buy-ins at 200 and then not being able to deposit. So just grinding some 100. It's gone fairly well so far, and hopefully it keeps. Hopefully I keep running pretty hot and winning some money. That'd be pretty nice. So yeah. I got the notepad out today. I kind of like having the notepad out. It's pretty nice to just have my thoughts written down here. Versus 3 big blinds, this is a very fun player. I guess you just call that's the politically correct way to refer to them. Is extremely fun to play with, but here we can mix this. I will call versus 2 big blinds and check, and then here I think the best option would be to start putting money in versus a fish. And this small bet is definitely okay on this board. Between check raise and I think I'm going to call. Here we can check raise turn. Here I will continue barreling. So after quick call, maybe just use a half pot size. And then versus this size is very weak, I'm going to check raise and then follow through on non-hard rivers. And here I'm basically saying I have a 9, so Eight of diamonds is nice. Yeah, I think just going all in is pretty good. So hard pressed to call with a 10. I think his range is primarily 10, like 10x. So 10x in hard draws. Do you need to go all in? No, but I think you'd basically want to just play the range of hands that I am having there, right? It's they've improved to a full house, or they've been downgraded to a counterfeit 2-pair. And I think it's primarily full houses when I check raise turn. So yeah, I think maybe just playing jams there would be pretty good. Let me put that down. Yeah, it was so it was like cut off to big blind, call, diamonds, 7 of clubs, and then flop is 10 of hearts, 4 diamonds, deuce of clubs. Yeah, this is an interesting spot actually on the flop, even facing like a third. Here I will open with, oh shit, I forgot this like doesn't, you can't time bank automatically on this side, just like a little bit annoying. I'm just gonna ISO to 3 big blinds here. I think ISOing is pretty good. I don't expect to be spoke too soon. Yeah, this is a very aggressive recreational player. But that's the nice thing about ISOing to 3 big blinds is like you basically you know, don't lose that much when you have to fold. This hand I will call. I'm just getting a fair price. These snap checks, I don't, you know, I think that's very odd, but I think I'm going to play this as a check, and then you know, you gain some more information on the turn. These snap checks again, I really don't know what he could be having. I think just betting half pot and half pot, like he folds ace king. But ace king or like some ace 10 hand. Does he fold ace 10? I think this is maybe a bad bet. Yeah, I expect like I'm going to just give this one up. I think this is like a very bizarre line from my opponent. He has aces. Okay, so yeah, that's sort of like a hand that I was worried about. Is like basically hands that are never folding. So kind of an interesting way to play aces there. I don't know if any of you have watched the previous video, but I was battling versus this player, and it was like a cutoff versus hijack 3-bet pot where he'd 3-bet the cutoff, and you know, it was like I think I played the hand. I played it pretty well. Like I played the hand pretty well, but he showed down like 9-6 offsuit, so it was very very bizarre like line from my opponent, and by bizarre I mean bad, but. Who am I to judge? The stream seems to be like much smoother today. I think I have everything closed in the background. Let's talk about. We could talk about this hand actually a little bit while I'll wait for some spots. This is a mix, but I'm gonna fold this time. 8-6 is going to 8-6 is going to fold, and I'm going to discuss this hand. So on the flop facing check and then B33. I'm not exactly sure to do with like my hand might be just a fold, right? Like I think my hand is pretty close between all 3 options if I had to guess. Playing this as a call might be like a bad decision, but I don't know. How bad is it if your opponent is like giving you very straightforward information on the turn, like in the call line, which is what I ended up in here, like turn 9 of hearts. check, and then I face b50. Like this line for my opponent is extremely weak, but I don't really anticipate this always being the case. I think I got very lucky with my opponent playing this spot kind of poorly, where it's like, you know, the 9 you can start to bet quite large. There's 2 big blinds. I'm gonna call. Yeah, I think check raise on the flop might be best, but I'm really not sure. This is a fold. I don't know, you let me know your thoughts. Yeah, I think check raise might be best, especially if this is like a high frequency bet for my opponent. I can't remember like the overall frequencies on this board type, like in this configuration, but I imagine you can do quite a bit of betting. Here, this is a range check. So, I don't know, check or call or fold. What are your thoughts? This is a pretty, like, my hand is pretty having like a pretty nice time versus this size, I guess. Like not really uncomfortable calling at all, and not really strong enough to raise. Doesn't want to pile tons of money in versus this range. I don't know what this bet is. I'm almost tempted to raise this for value, but I may call this, and then like there's some amount of rivers that I could lead. Like this river, I would actually just donk. I think this is a nice spot to donk, and then like you get, I don't know what he had. Oh, he had a straight. Wow. Wow, snap call. That was very very interesting spot to snap call straight. I mean, yeah, I can see, maybe I think most people are taking some time to, deliberate between raise and call versus a small block like that. But that just goes to show you the power of donking in block betting from out of position. It's like, just no, not versus a fish. It's like totally pacifying your opponent when they have fans like this is like a recreational tag here. I don't know what the notes are exactly. I'll read them later, but totally pacifying your opponent, and like I have a 9 there, like. In my perception of his range is like a lot of like weak pairs, especially after the turn action. But I guess I was wrong. Let's go ahead and look at that. So yeah, it's like. Interesting one. What's this last hand here? Let's go take a look at this. I think I need to review this for a moment. Check, bet, call, I full turn. Is that a little too tight? Maybe, but I don't know. Would a river like a bad this player's very loose. I mean, I think it's worth showing down, king high here versus this player. And Yeah, same idea here. He's checking back 5 deuce. I mean, that's sort of like what I was anticipating him doing. Um, Hi, Appa. My dog Appa just came up to me to say hi. How's it going, buddy? Here versus fish, I will just ISO always. Like I'll ISO like 100, or I'll raise 100% of the hands here, and then rage bet this texture for sure. I expect like a lot of fold equity versus like the limp snap call range, but I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to continue with a call. I think I'm going to turn. I think I'm going to turn a straight. This is worth 3 betting versus weak player here, and then going to continue with a small bet here. This player is not so passive, so I think I'd rather bet the flop than delay till the turn. And then here he's blocking, and I'm just going to continue to put him all in. Would I like to double barrel this? I think I would. This puts a lot of pressure on the lower pocket pair region, and then unblocks diamonds that float as well. So I think double barreling is actually quite nice with my hand, even though it's just no pair, no draw, just bullshit. You get jammed on, it doesn't really hurt to fold, but this guy is playing extremely crazy. Let me sit out until I get to the big blind here. I always look at the 17-minute mark. So there are some hands here. Like this is one of them, and then there's a multi-way spot with tens. I think I just pulled that one up actually. Y'all will have to tell me what you think about folding turn here. Tight or loose. I have no reads on these players. Yeah. So, like, presumably this is a weaker player, flatting. But they're using this half pot size. I think this could be a little bit weak, but you have this guy calling. Tens, I don't see like being able to continue, but who knows? Maybe some of you are like thinking that it's two weak ranges there or something. To me, it's like it seems like it's straightforward fold. This is the more interesting spot here, is like whether or not to continue as a check raise, call or fold. Like, what are you people doing on the flop? What do you think the best line is? Here, opening the old ace-5 offsuit. And then getting 3-bet quite small, but my hand is just too weak. So this range, I expect, like, is very pocket pair heavy. I'm going to continue with a call versus the donk, and not really too interested in raising. I don't expect a lot of folds versus raise. This is somewhat concerning to me. I will call again. Is it actually worth calling again? I don't think so. I think folding turn is like perfectly fine. I just don't see many, like, I don't see like a lot of like river spots after the turn action where I like win the pot. And even making a flush, like it's hard to really make much money on. Okay, it's fold. Yeah, I actually don't like the way I played the turn. I think turn is like, a fold for sure. Um, but very strange line for my opponent. Likely, a hand like pocket eights maybe. That's sort of what he's saying he has. It's like that type of hand, or like a king, right? Um, wow. So it's an interesting one. Yeah, what was that action here? I'll put it here so that I have a second hand to sort of discuss. It'll be so low jack open or hero low jack. Two big blinds. With ace three of clubs. Small one, cold call. Flop, king, king. 8 with one club. Fold and then fold. And then we face a donk for 2 big blinds into 5. So your call and then turn, jack of clubs. So 2 clubs now, and we face a donk for full pot. And this is where the hand is sort of interesting. I think fold is actually quite bad because, like, already in my head I've determined this player is like probably on the weaker side. So I'm sort of like between fold and call, and I think fold is likely best play, but not exactly sure. God damn, I need to I wish this this is embarrassing. I'm gonna have to post this. I usually just rip these in one go and then I'll post them. I will have to post this, but full disclosure, not intending on folding this. Like, it's just the fucking software that this site uses. This is like why I stopped playing on this site. Even though the action is so good, it's just like so miserable. Like dealing with the UI, it's like folding hands for me. Like, I wish there was just like a way to time bank automatically, but it just won't let you. So, whatever. Yes, you guys can let me know what you think about some of these hands in the comments. I think I'm gonna do. I'll play one more orbit on each of these tables, and so big one, and sort of go from there. And that's where I'll wrap up the video. But yeah, this is definitely some interesting spots. I think there's a lot more interesting spots on this site because people are like, there's a lot of fish and they're taking a lot of like pretty strange lines. So sort of finding the best way to respond to them is a challenge. It's like a fun challenge. Maybe one of these days I'll record a video with my webcam or whatever, just showing what I look like or something in the corner. But who knows? I guess that's probably not that important to do. But I can show you guys some of my doggies because they are definitely worth meeting. I'll throw the webcam so you guys can meet them. Oh, this is Sauce 24. This is Ben Solsky. Maybe I'll wrap it up here. Who knows? How long has this been going? 25 minutes. Yeah, I think so. Um, we got a couple more hands actually. All right, I'll end the video there. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed some of the hands. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Be sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoy the content. So, yeah, thanks.